So, in your time in mouse sports, right, you were quickly cemented yourself as one of the star players, the best player in the roster, and that's quite difficult, right, because you have a lot of players in mouse sports that are so strong. So you've really got a high market value at that point. Then you go inactive, you're not on the main roster again, you're inactive for almost 8 months, you haven't played a game, and you find yourself looking for a team. You pick up ENCE. How does it feel to finally be back on a good roster?
What comes to mouse sports, I don't feel like that I was always the best player. Obviously, sometimes I were, but Oscar and Rosa were best players as well when they peaked, and I didn't. But yeah, I had a lot of offers during my time on the bench, and I picked up the ENCE because I felt like this is the right environment for me, looking like in the future. And I'm not only talking about like 1 year, but I'm looking forward to end my career here. So yeah, it feels really good.
Was ENCE always the team you were looking to pick up? You know, they had that rise in form. Do you always want to go back to Finland?
To be honest, no. I was always looking more like where are the best odds to win. And like when ENCE wasn't that good, I obviously wasn't thinking like it would be really good to play there. But obviously I wanted to play one more time in a Finnish team, which is really good. So when they became good, obviously I wanted to play with them again.
Yeah, well, you get that opportunity, and well, unfortunately, it was quite a big problem, right? You're one of the most loved players. You go in towards ENCE, but with the removal of Alexi B, there's a lot of community pressure on. They were questioning why that decision was made. So there is a lot of pressure on ENCE, and you know, some of the results haven't really been what we expect from the team. But it seemed to have changed when you went over to Shanghai, right? You finally get to another grand final, but you're playing against your ex-teammates, right? Mouse Sports. Yeah. You already beat them in the tournament as well. So how did it feel when you're going into the final? What was the mindset like?
What comes to the first event of which we played, I don't like as a team we don't really think about them because it's really hard to go in 3 tournaments in a row without any practice basically. So we don't really think about them anymore. Obviously, it's easy to hate us because of that, and I understand it. And obviously, when it comes to ENCE, I think they didn't handle it properly, like giving the information about why this happened and so on. So yeah, I think we deserve some of the hate, and ENCE as well. But the fact that people didn't give us like any time, but that's how it is. It's always easier to hate than like someone. So yeah, about the final, I think we were too satisfied that we made it to the final, and we obviously had a long day, and I think we kind of failed how we went into the match. We just watched the whole best of 3 without even talking about the game enough. But yeah, it was first final for us, and I'm obviously happy that Chris and Robin finally won a kind of big event. So
yeah, so you finally get to that final, right? And does this start to change your mentality to the team? You know, do you finally feel like some of that hard work's been paying off? You've said it multiple times, right? You need the time to get better. And you're starting to have that time now, right? And you're seeing better results. You made it to a final. You've come second at a big event. Do you reckon you can do it here?
Yeah, I think we can do it here if we just play like we play online and in practice. Our practice has been good again, and I think the hardest part for a professional player is the mentality part. And obviously, when we fail kind of 3 tournaments, even though we kind of agree that we don't care about them, but obviously it's still like some sort of a mental block, because when you're a competitor and you always want to do your best and win, and if you're not capable of doing that at some point, then it hits you. But I think we've beaten that, at least most of it, so I'm fully confident that we can do good here as well.
Yeah, you mentioned in Beijing actually that your main goal is next year, right? You're always thinking about next year, going into the next season, and obviously there's so much changes next year, right? Rumored to be coming up. So what can we expect from ENCE?
Time will tell, but obviously our goal is to be better than ENCE were this year. Yeah. So top 3, top 2, top 1, only time will tell. But like our main goal is to be the best team in the world, and but now like I think that we kind of rushed our expectations because they were so good. But then we found out that the change was much bigger than even the old lineup expected it to be, because I'm so different player as Alexi B, but now it feels like that we have finally found the perfect way to use me in the team. And obviously, like in mouse sports, I wasn't that good at the beginning, but then after some months I became kind of the star of the team. So I think that for me as well, I just need some, not too long, but some time, some events to feel confident with the environment right now.
Yeah, well, it all comes down to time, and I wish you the best of luck in Malta. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.